about to head off to work for the last time this year. It's our staff final day today. We have meetings in the morning, a staff lunch, farewells, and then drinks. I don't think I'll stay for drinks because by then it'll be 3 o'clock and I think I'll just be wanting to get home. The forecast for today is about 22 degrees and mostly cloudy, and our lunch will be outside. So I wanted to wear something that gave me pretty good sun coverage. I've got a hat that lives at school as well. But again, I also wanted to wear my runners because it'll be a lot of being on my feet today, a lot of tidying up. So I have worn my Alia shirt dress, which is a pattern by Marsha Style and So La La Patterns. And I've used this fabric, which is from Variety Hour. And it was from their warehouse sale last year that one of my sewing friends, Chelsea, picked up for me. So it's just a really comfortable long shirt dress, no waist seam. And my first job of the day will be to tidy my desk at work. It's a bit of a mess, especially because I was sick last week. So things sort of got piled up. I was supposed to be taking my son Raf to a bike riding lesson this afternoon, but I've just heard that he's woken up quite sick. So I'm going to try and reschedule that and we'll have a quiet night at home instead. I'm hoping he doesn't have what I had, but it doesn't sound like it. The symptoms are different. So hopefully I'll be able to make a bit more progress on some sewing or knitting tonight, and I'll check in with you again later. Bye-bye. On holidays. I had a really lovely day celebrating with my colleagues. We had a beautiful weather for an outdoor function. I did have a plan to take my 8-year-old to a bike riding lesson, but he was sick from school today, so I ended up postponing that, rescheduling it. We just had a night at home. So that did mean I have now finished my Bestie Bag for the guitar teacher. And I have to say, I love the way it turned out. So I think the navy strap works really nicely in with that zip, and then you've got that hardware that all matches as well. I'll show you what it looks like on. So obviously that's empty at the moment, but you can see how nicely it hugs the body. And then the inside, we've got that beautiful feather lining. So yes, I'm very, very happy with the way that's come together, and hopefully the guitar teacher will love it and use it the way that I use mine every single day. It's such a great size, this bag, and really, really comfortable to wear, and hopefully she agrees. So that's all I've done sewing wise today. I do have plans to make 4 more Bestie Bags for Christmas, so I thought you might like to see some of the other combinations I'm looking at the moment. So yesterday I bought some fabric, the chickens on the teal background and then the plain teal for the outer fabric. But the other Bestie Bags I'm hoping to get out of scraps that I've got left over from other projects. I'm not really sure if my pieces are big enough of some of the fabrics, but I'll show you what I'm thinking at the moment. Now this corduroy, I absolutely 100% have enough fabric. I've got meters of it. This was actually given to me by one of my sisters-in-law, and it's quite a bright green corduroy. It's actually coming up brighter on the camera than it is in real life. It's a little bit more grassy probably in real life. But there's that corduroy, and then I thought that could go nicely with this cotton linen canvas as a lining. I think that kind of helps pick out some of the green in these leaves. That is one option for a bestie bag. And then I've got two navy blue fabrics that could work as well. I'm really not sure if there's enough of this. I might put an order in with my design just to get a little bit more of this, but this is the blue canvas, or the blue heavy cotton drill that I used for my own bestie bag. I'm not sure if I've got enough for a medium-sized one, which is what I'd like to make. I'll have to put all the pattern pieces out and see. So I'm hoping that is an option. And then the lining I'd like to use with that is this beautiful Lady McElroy Dip in the Lake cotton lawn. So that would be quite a special bag, that one. I've definitely got enough of this to make a lining, I would imagine. So I'm hoping I can get a bestie out of those two. And then I've also got a piece of navy blue corduroy. I don't think I've got enough of this, so I've made an aura pinafore out of this fabric, and I've also made a mini skirt, and there just doesn't feel like there's very much left. But if I was to make one out of this, I was thinking this really sweet Gabriella Larios design, and that's on a lightweight linen. So again, I've got plenty of that fabric to make a lining, but it's more about whether I've got enough of the outer fabric. Also thinking that two of these bags are destined for sisters, I'd probably prefer that they weren't both navy blue. So I might end up buying another fabric for one of them. I'll see what I've got more of and see what I can do, and then maybe get something that will go well with this. I'm not sure. I feel like this would be a really nice match for my 14-year-old niece who loves visiting gardens and that kind of thing. I think this will be perfect. My 16-year-old niece, I'm not so confident about. And I feel like maybe a more kind of modern design would be better for her. And maybe I should even just visit Spotlight again and see if anything jumps out at me that could work for her. I thought you might be interested to see a gift that my head of department gave me today. Now, I'm not a very big drinker, especially when I'm alone. And because I'm the only adult in the house, I am often alone. And sometimes it's nice to have a glass of wine. I rarely, though, will open a bottle of wine because I know that a lot of it will end up being poured down the sink. So the gift that my head of music bought me was this really nifty idea. They're almost like little casks of wine, but they're designed for just one person, so that you're not opening a whole bottle of wine and then risking either having to pour it down the sink or drinking more than you would normally or want to. So yeah, she gave me 3 of these. They're called a glass of, and I believe they come in different varieties, but she got me the Pinot Noir. And I enjoyed one of those with my dinner tonight, which was a lovely way to start my holidays. But yeah, really, really nice idea. It's just got 200 mils in. It says it's 2 standard drinks. And I thought that was a great idea. So if you are someone who lives by yourself or knows someone who lives by themselves who would like to have the occasional glass of wine but doesn't want to open a whole bottle, that could be a good gift idea. The other news that I'd like to share with you is that I was one of the prize winners for a Gift to November hosted by So Like Dottie recently. I was so excited to see myself win a prize. I was the recipient of a voucher to chalk a notch. So that was very exciting, especially because I've got the fringe dress pattern on my list of things I'd like to sew. So that's definitely given that one a little bit of a bump because yeah, I can now use that voucher to buy that pattern. And then I've still got that as a potential to make with one of my cotton ikat fabrics that my mum bought me from Bali. Those plans have kind of been bumped down the list quite far. I've got so many things I want to be doing this month, and that's still on the list, but there's a lot more things that have jumped ahead in the queue, unfortunately. But yes, very excited to win a prize from a Gift to November. Let me know if you also won one. I'd love to know what you won. So I don't really have anything else to share today, as I worked all day and then had my children here tonight, so been busy with them. But tomorrow I'm heading back into town, both into the city and into Collingwood, so I'm hoping to get a lot more vision of some sights around Melbourne tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.